We are obsessed with the idea of alien worlds, fantasizing about what strange forms life might take on a planet orbiting a distant sun. Yet, we suffer from a profound blindness. The most alien world imaginable, it presses against our coastlines, vast, heavy, and largely ignored. It is the deep ocean. Consider the irony that we possess better maps of the lunar surface than we do of the floor of our own Pacific Ocean.
To enter the water is to leave the Earth we understand. It is to enter a realm where the physics of survival are rewritten, where light is a weapon, where time dilates, and where pressure can turn biology into dust. Let us descend. Not merely to look, but to understand the layers of this inverted universe. At the surface,
sunlight strikes the waves, fueling the great photosynthetic blooms of plankton that form the bedrock of the marine food web.
It is bright, chaotic, and loud. But this is only the skin of the beast. The sun becomes a memory. The vibrant blues fade into a bruised indigo.
The grand forests of plankton vanish. Without sunlight, there is no photosynthesis, no green energy to harvest. The inhabitants of this zone exist in a perpetual, dim dusk. To survive here,
evolution has decided that if you cannot hide behind rocks or coral, you must become the water itself. The glass squid drifts here, an apparition of organs suspended in a clear, gelatinous envelope.
It is a void in the shape of an animal. The glass octopus shares this phantom existence, its eyes the only solid matter.
In a body of living glass. This transparency is the ultimate camouflage.
But invisibility is expensive. For those who cannot turn to glass, the strategy shifts from hiding to deception.
In this twilight, a war of light is waged. It is called bioluminescence, a disco in the deep. But make no mistake, this is not art, it is artillery. Predators scan the waters above them, looking for the faint silhouette of prey blocking the downwelling light from the surface. To counter this, animals like the firefly squid
have turned their bodies into projectors. They line their bellies with light-producing organs called photophores.
By carefully adjusting the intensity of their own glow to match the faint sunlight from above, they erase their own shadows. It is a cloak of invisibility made of light itself, counter-illumination.
Radiates a deep, blood-red hue. In the physics of the ocean, red light waves are absorbed quickly and do not penetrate this deep. Therefore, to a predator, red is simply black. The jelly is hiding in plain sight, a red shadow in a blue world, digesting glowing prey inside a stomach designed to mask the light of its victims. As the sun sets on the surface world,
the Twilight Zone initiates the largest movement of biomass on the planet.
Billions of lanternfish, squid, and jellies rise from the depths under the cover of night to graze on the surface plankton, only to retreat into the shadows at dawn. For decades, naval sonar operators were baffled by a false bottom of the ocean
that seemed to rise and fall every day. It wasn't the seafloor. It was a wall of living things. But we must go deeper. Past the kilometer mark, the last photon of sunlight dies. This is a world of absolute, crushing darkness. The water temperature plummets to near freezing, and
logic dictates that this place should be barren. Instead, it is a carnival of monsters.
Eyes evolve into bizarre instruments. The dragonfish, a nightmare of needle teeth and black skin, stalks the darkness with a secret weapon.
Most deep-sea life can only see blue light. The dragonfish, however, produces a red bioluminescent beam.
A sniper's laser sight that illuminates its prey while remaining completely invisible to the victim. It hunts in a private spotlight.
Others have abandoned sight for stealth. There are fish here with skin so black it rivals the darkest man-made materials. absorbing 99.5% of all light that hits them. They are swimming black holes, voids moving through the void.
And then there is the anglerfish, the eye call of the deep, in the vast, lonely expanse of the midnight zone.
Finding a meal is hard, but finding a mate is nearly impossible. The solution.
When a tiny, dwarf male anglerfish finds a female, he does not court her. He bites her. He latches onto her body.
Slowly, his eyes, his fins, and his internal organs wither away until he is nothing more than a reproductive appendage. A sperm-producing parasite fed by her blood for the rest of her life. It is a singular biological entity made of two souls.
Fused by the necessity of the dark.
At 4,000 meters, we touch the bottom. It is a place of silence and slow time. Food here is not hunted, it is waited for. Because energy is so scarce, life moves in slow motion.
Yet, this desert has oases. When a whale dies and sinks, its massive carcass creates.
For decades, a single skeleton supports a bustling metropolis of hagfish and the bizarre zombie worms known as osidags.
But the abyss is not the end. The earth cracks open. We reach the hadal zone, the trenches.
If you dropped Mount Everest into the Mariana Trench, its summit would still be a mile beneath the waves.
The pressure here is equivalent to an elephant standing on your thumb. It should pulverize protein, crush bone, and
at the very bottom of the world, snailfish drift effortlessly. They survive not by fighting the pressure, but by becoming it.
Even stranger are the hydrothermal vents. Here, life does not look to the sun. It looks to the Earth's core. Bacteria harvest chemical energy directly. This discovery reshapes our search for extraterrestrial life.
We have sent fewer humans to the bottom of the trenches than to the surface of the moon. And yet, even here, we find our...
The deep sea is a reminder of our own ignorance. It is a repository of monsters, miracles, and mysteries. The ocean is not just water. It is a library of the impossible, and we have barely